Here we are, goal line football, GLF 15, triple header, High Desert, California. We're here with star players, team owners, general managers. If everybody just wants to introduce themselves.
All right. My name is Shaka Gray. I'm the owner and running back to the High Desert 29ers located in 29 Palms.
What's up? I'm Steve, High Desert 29ers co-owner, Star QB.
This is Chris Norman, owner of the Hellhounds and quarterback.
This is D-Tuck, a.k.a. King Garuba, running back and coach for Hellhounds.
We got an exciting afternoon of football planned, triple header. How the format's going to work is the Hellhounds and Vibes played to a 1-1 draw the last time they saw each other. So they're going to start the afternoon off, unfinished business. The winner's going to play the 29ers in the second game, and then the third game will be the loser of game one taking on the 29ers. We have with us today a special guest, King Aruba. He's the number 2 player in goal line football. First time on the podcast. He's got 18 touchdowns and 17 tackles. He's hard to stop. He plays both sides of the ball. We're just going to jump in. Like I said, just glad to have you here today. What can we expect from you this weekend?
Well, one, I appreciate y'all having me on here, man. It's been rough trying to get on here the past couple of times, but I'm glad I can finally make it. This week, just bring the same mindset and the same goals as always. Give 100, whether my 100 is on defense, offense, or both. You know, I don't ever come into a big game with expectations for myself. I just give 100, and whatever comes out is definitely gonna come out. First thing for me is having fun. That's the first thing for me is having fun, and I'm excited to be back out there with 3 teams, man. It's gonna be fun to see how it goes. It's gonna be dynamic.
Well, let's talk to Chris, the Hellhounds team owner. What's it like having a guy like King Aruba on the team?
Oh, you know, having D on the team, there's always energy going both ways. You know, if you got someone that's not trying to put in the work like they should, D's the first one to get at him before I get there. So it's nice having him on both sides of the ball with me, making sure everyone's doing their job correctly.
Yeah, and he's hard to stop. He makes it easy for everyone else. Whenever he's not on the field, it leaves the defense wondering what they should do because he's not on the field. So, you know, I mean, he's got effects even when he's not on the field is what I'm getting at. Let's segue over here to the High Desert 29ers. They got the number 1 player in goal line football, 26 touchdowns, 7 tackles, Steve Zamora. And they got Shaka Gray, the number 3 player in goal line football, 10 touchdowns, 9 tackles. What are we going to expect from the 29ers this weekend?
Well, I'm going to let my co-owner handle this one, and then I'm going to go in there for the kill.
So first game, I'm going to just say it really don't matter who wins that. But the second game, be prepared. It will be hot, and we are used to the heat. So our main goal is to keep on passing. Fake the run and pass. You guys are going to expect us to do a lot, but we're going to do so little, and we're going to keep you guys to a minimum of 20 points or less.
Hey, those are low numbers in goal line football. If you hold a team to 20 points or less, you know, you can guarantee yourself a victory.
You know, when it comes to the first game is just a feel. You know, we just got to understand how the chemistry and how it breaks down for each team. And when it comes to the second game, that's when fatigue and everything sets in, you know. And just like a workout, it doesn't start until it gets hard. And that's the 29ers game plan right now, because it's always been hard for us. It's never been a walk in the park. You know what I mean? Every game, you know, we seem to almost get there, but it sometimes don't happen due to calls or callbacks of touchdowns. But I'm going to tell you this time, we're going to play hard. and we're going to play personnel. That's one thing that the 29ers never done. We've never played personnel. And so we've always just went out there and played coverage. Well, this time we're going to play some personnel, and we're going to shut some shit down. Damn, that was a tongue twister. All right, and with that being said, Mr. Aruba, I'm telling you what, we coming for that. You run downhill, but we gonna make you run back uphill. All right. So with that being said, you better run hard because you're gonna have to hit 1, 2, and 3 individuals at the same time. Because when we come, we are coming for that ass.
Pause.
No, we ain't gonna pause. We gonna get in there.
I love it. What the?
So let's ask Chris real quick. Chris, 2-4, you can win both of these games and actually be in a 3-way tie for first place. What do you feel like the Hellhounds have to do to get that job done?
I'll just throw this out there. As you saw last tournament, I wasn't playing a whole lot, doing a whole lot. I was still coming off an injury. No excuses. But 29ers better be ready because, yeah, I got King Aruba, but they step on that line, Shaka knows I'm running right up down his throat. So he better be ready for that QB sneak if his center or his nose guard isn't paying attention and steps on my line of scrimmage because I'm gone.
Hey, I mean, we've seen it plenty of times before, and once you take off, it takes at least 2 guys to take you down. It's not a one-man job, that's for sure. Yeah, we don't have any vibes in the chat today. We don't have any vibes here to stand up for themselves or defend themselves. So I guess that would be my job right off the go saying...
No, you can't defend them. Let them defend themselves because I'm about to say something right now. If they can't show up to the scrum, I'm at their dome. So check this out, vibes. You know what I mean? You guys are MIA one more time. You know what I mean? Come on, you got to come to the table. You got to be prepped, and you got to be ready. Are you ready to defend yourself? I guess not, because you're not in this media scrum right now. So with that being said, you have the Hellhounds to go against first. And I'm pretty sure they're going to come with some heat. And they're going to come with some heat because they can't lose. They can't lose. And then you already know, if you just so happen to play the 29ers in the second game, we have to come with heat. Only for 2 mere reasons. We can't lose. And for 2, we're playing for our fallen player, Bobby. So, I'm going to tell anyone that's stepping in front of the 29ers, you better be ready.
Hey, I mean, there's no more motivation than that. And it's definitely a sad moment. Hopefully it can turn into a joyful moment with a couple victories. A couple victories for the 29ers would put them in first place all alone in the season standings in goal line football. I think the 29ers could definitely get the job done. It's just goal line football is about who shows up on Sunday. And that's to be determined, especially with the vibes. We'll let them do all their talking on the field, I suppose. And I'm excited about the idea of these 3 teams getting on the field, really finding out who the number 2 team in goal line football is. I hate to say that, you got the Mud Dogs out there, but you guys, including the Vibes, are all 1-1 against each other this year. And we could have a scenario where everyone goes 1-1 Sunday. That's not the outcome goal line football would like to see. We would like to see a dominant winner, somebody to really challenge the Mud Dogs. But at the same time, there's a possibility of that. I know that you guys think you guys are going to win. You guys are going to sweep. So let's talk about your opponents real quick. Let's go with the 29ers. Who's going to really win that Hellhounds Vibes game?
All right. Well, I'll start it off, and then I'll let my co-owner Steve go in for the kill. All right. So for me, I think that it's going to be, just like the GLF is starting to break down to a run game. So it's going to break down to whoever has the highest energy and team charisma. That's what it's going to break down for that game, because it's going to get kind of emotional, because the vibes, they play with a lot of emotion. They play with on their sleeve. That's just their vibe. And the Hellhounds, they got to get their win, because they're supposed to be a strong team, but for some reason every tournament they just don't really show it. And so I know this first game is gonna be a nice run, hard hitting game, because it's gonna need to. It's gonna have to be. And so that's what I think I'm gonna see out of it. A passing game? No, I don't see the Hellhounds passing the ball. Their quarterback, Chris, they're not a passer. Their wide receivers, they get open sometimes, but I don't feel like they trust them. And then you got the vibes, which the vibes, they're a nice running team. They got their running back, and then they got a nice little RPO going on. But I just don't feel like they have solidified their quarterback. They just don't know who's going to be back there driving yet. And so if you don't know who the driver is, you just can't get to your destination.
That's fair enough.
My opinion, I feel honestly it could go either way. Like Shaka was saying, just depends on who shows up and who shows out. Like he was also saying, their running backs, their run games, they run. It's heavy. You gotta get at least 2 people to 3 to stop both running backs.
Hey, their key player for the Hellhounds is King Aruba. So, for the vibes, if they learn to shut him down, you know what I mean, that they limit him to his catches or his runs, I feel like they would have a great chance of winning, because, the ball goes through King Aruba. If he's already number 2 in the league, and he's their MVP player almost every tournament, guess who you got to lock down? It all starts with him, and then everything else should fall into place.
Hey, that's a good analysis of what the vibes need to do. I really do believe it's more what the vibes need to do to win the game. It's up to the Hellhounds really how hard they want to play. And again, the vibes have the talent to pull it off. Don't get me wrong, but it's going to come down to defense. And I think that's what you guys just kind of said. Segueing over to the Hellhounds here, the Vibes and 29ers are going to play on Sunday. Whether it's game 2 or game 3 is going to depend on you. When that does happen, what's the outcome? What's the outcome?
It really just depends on who the Vibes come out, and if they're not switching between all 3 quarterbacks, because you got to let a quarterback sit in the pocket, get used to his wide receivers, get used to the defense blitzing him, so he knows when to take off, when he needs to get the pitch off to his running back. But it's going to be an interesting game when the Vibes play the 29ers, that's for sure. So we'll just have to go from there and see what happens.
I can agree to that. King Aruba, what's your take on the 29ers versus the Vibes?
I mean, I would be straight up honest. I'm going to have my money. I mean, nothing against the Vibe, but I'm going to have my money on the 29ers. I mean, altogether, they're just solid. I mean, from when you watch what they've done this year, last year, they came a long way. Put together a crazy defense, which I will give them for. And then their offense, man, Steve is running the program. I mean, the boy sits there, doesn't panic in the backfield, releases the ball, finds the receivers, and then when it breaks down, he takes off, finds the spot he needs to get to the end zone. I mean, my money is definitely on the 29ers. Not saying that the Vibe can't pull it off. They got some growing. Most definitely, as you said, they do have the talent, but altogether, my money's on the 29ers, most definitely.
Hey, well, I know our predictions, our money lines and stuff like that are fictitious to the degree that we make them ourselves. But the 29ers have the greatest odds of sweeping this event. And it will really be up to them whether or not they do that. And they're playing at home. They're playing for, a heartfelt reason. So I'm excited. I can't wait for Sunday. I've been thinking about it nonstop. And I really do think that the ball's in the 29ers' court, and it's going to depend on them whether or not they're the number 1 team in goal line football after Sunday.
I will say this, Floyd, just to give Shaka a little reminder, because I know he was watching that game. But you say I'm not a throwing quarterback, but you got to remember, up until I actually got hurt and hurt my wrist, when we played the Mud Dogs, I surprised the Mud Dogs when I was throwing almost every down and had some nice throws to Brandon, a couple to D. So don't say I'm not a throwing quarterback, because you never know. I might just start throwing just to throw you guys off your blitz game.
Okay,
Hey.
well, I like
Hey.
that. I like that.
The beauty of a media scrum is you can actually mind game your opponent. You can make them think you're going to do one thing and you're really not going to do that. So I think that what we're doing right now is part of the game plan. Really, it's goal line football is only 8 series, 4 downs. You don't have a lot of opportunity on the field to confuse your opponent. And these are the opportunities that give you a little bit more of an edge whenever it comes to the game plan and the mind games that go on off the field.
You aren't lying, Floyd. I mean, football is just as much mental as it is physical. But there is no throwing people off when it comes to me. Shaka and Steven, love y'all. Y'all already know how I am, man. There's no ifs, ands about me. It's going to be 100% every down, 100%. That's all you get from me. Whether you stop me or not, it is what it is. But I will say, when Sunday is over, y'all gonna remember number 7, as always.
I can agree to that. It's honestly a pleasure having the number 1, the number 2, and the number 3 player in goal line football in the same chat. Don't want to keep you guys all night, but I do want to give you guys an individual opportunity to sign off here. You guys just jump in and let the world know whatever you want them to know going into Sunday. Goal line football, GLF 15.
Hey, one last thing I have to say before I sign out is the rebuilding. I told you guys we were rebuilding, and you guys will see Sunday.
It's crazy. The rebuild is crazy. The
Crazy.
dedication is crazy. I don't know what has happened, but we all feel it. Right now, as I said, I got chills because, you know what I mean? It's taken a long time for us to come to the point of understanding and be where we are. But we just, as the 29ers, you know, for this platform, we'd like to thank the GLF, you know, for always, you know, showing up, encouraging and growing the communities as, you know, the days go, the years go. And we're looking forward to, you know, eventually securing that TV deal, you know, because that's what the GLF is all about, you know, the next level and promoting. So, you know, on the behalf of the 29ers, hey, we thank you. And just know come Sunday, it's going to be a whole different team for the 29ers. And we're going to come collect and we're going to come correct.
Yeah, before I sign out, I also want to say thank y'all, GLF, for having a platform for me to build highlights. I mean, this is some of the best film, best coverage on the field that anybody could ask for, from different angles, from 2 different angles to the replays. It has definitely grown from the first year, and I'm glad to have been a part of this growth. And hopefully it keeps on growing, and that the Hellhound could be a part of wherever it next, and that we can help out in any way possible. But yeah, for Sunday, I'm ready to ball out, and I'm ready to ball with my ops/brothers.
Same thing like D said, you know, we appreciate you, GLF, for putting everything on. All right, Sunday's going to be interesting, you know. I'm ready to see the reverse suplex. Instead of Shaka giving everybody suplex, I'm going to have to give him one, so he better be ready for it. A lot of hard hitting if he runs my way. Other than that, I appreciate you guys.
Hey. Oh man, you guys are awesome. You guys already know, without you guys, it doesn't exist. You guys are the highlights. Definitely appreciate you guys. I want everyone to drive safe, and I can't wait to see you guys Sunday.
Yes, indeed. See you Sunday. It's game on. It's war.
Battle cry.
Yes, sir. See y'all.
All right.
Aruba out.